Hello student, let's start to learn standard ninth, medium English and semi-English, subject science and technology, part 2nd. Today I start new chapter, unit number 7, energy flow in an ecosystem. Today's my first point is looking back. Second point, energy flow in an ecosystem. Third point, food chain and food web. Fourth point, observe. Fifth point, use your brain power. Sixth point, the energy pyramid. Unit 7, energy flow in an ecosystem. In this chapter, we go to see food chain and food web, the energy pyramid, biogeochemical cycle, carbon, oxygen, and nitrogen cycle. Looking back, first, what is meant by ecosystem? The biotic and abiotic factors and their mutual interaction form an ecosystem. Second, which are the different type of ecosystems? Answer, types of ecosystem. There are two types of ecosystem, which aquatic ecosystem and terrestrial ecosystem. Third, how do interaction take place between the biotic and abiotic factors of an ecosystem? Interaction between the biotic and abiotic factors of an ecosystem. First, every living organisms require specific abiotic factors for its survival. Second, the type of soil, quality of light, temperature, humidity, etc. were some of the abiotic factors that affect the biotic factors. Third, living organisms constantly interact with abiotic factors. They affect the quality of the abiotic factors surrounding them. This indirectly affects the quality of the other biotic factors sharing the same ecosystem. Fourth, in any ecosystem, every living organism plays a specific role with respect to other factors. Energy flow in an ecosystem. We have already learned the classification of living organisms according to the mode of nutrition into producers, consumers, saprotrophers, and decomposers. Consider the various topic levels of the ecosystem around you as shown in this chart. Primary consumers means herbivorous. Example, grasshopper, squirrel, elephant, etc. They are directly depend on autotrophers, means producer. Secondary consumers, carnivorous. Example, frog, owl, fox, etc. These consumers use herbivores as their food. Apex or top consumers means carnivorous. Example, tiger, lion, etc. These consumers use herbivores and carnivores as their food. No other animals feed on top consumers. Last, omnivorous means mixed consumers. Example, human, bear, etc. feed on herbivores and carnivores and producers. Food chain and food web. Observe the following figure and explain relationship between the components. Answer, the picture shows food chain. The producer is grass. Grasshopper is a primary consumers who feed on grass. Frog devour grasshopper and hence it is secondary consumer. Snake is tertiary consumers while the hawk. The bird of prey is apex consumer killing the snake. Mushrooms and bacteria are decomposer in this food chain. The food chain can be sketched follows: solar energy, grass, grasshopper, frog, snake, hawk, decomposers, mushroom and bacteria. Construct four chains like the one shown in figure 7.1. Now let's go to learn food chain and food web. Interaction go to continuously between producer, consumers and saprophytes. There is a definite sequence in this interaction which is called food chain. Each chain consists of 4, 5 or more links. An ecosystem consists of many food chains that are interconnected at a various level. Thus a food web is formed. Food web. An organism may be prey for many other organisms. For example, an insect feed upon leaves of the various plants, but the same insect is a prey for different animal like frog, wall lizard, birds, etc. If this is to be shown in figure, it will be from an intricate web instead of linear food chain. Such intricate network is called food web. Generally, food webs are found in everywhere in nature. Use your brain power. Make a list of various consumers of the ecosystem around you and classify them according to mode of nutrition. Second, picture of the various organisms are given in figure 7.2. Construct a food web from those pictures. First, make a list of the various consumers shown in this figure. Then classify them according to the mode of nutrition. First is producer. Here is the grass, seeds, fruits, tree, banana plants. Second, primary consumers. Squirrel. Here is squirrel, sparrow, monkey and zebra. Third, secondary consumers, fox, kite. Fourth, tertiary consumers, tiger. Now, using this information and pictures, you construct the food web. Use your brain power. Number 1, is the number of consumer in food web fixed? Answer of this question, no. The number of consumers in food web is not fixed. Due to complex interaction, the consumers to keep on changing in any natural food web. Second, what will be the effect on ecosystem if only one type of organism in it forms the food for several different consumers in that ecosystem? Answer of this question, if only one type of organism in an ecosystem forms the food for several different consumers, then there will be a shortage of the food. As per the principle of the survival of the fittest, only those who could grab the food will remain alive. If the food required by many consumers is finished, then the number of consumers will also fall down due to starvation. All this will be result in imbalance of the ecosystem. Third, why is the balance or equilibrium necessary in food web? Answer of this question, if there is no equilibrium in food web, then the interaction within, among and different trophic levels of the ecosystem will not take place. If the number of producers are less than the number of consumers, it will result into drop like situation. If apex consumers like tigers are killed due to the hunting or poaching, the secondary consumers like deer will increase in number. Their population will remain uncontrolled, resulting into overgrazing and total destruction of the grassland. Such consequences are harmful for any ecosystem. Therefore, the equilibrium is needed in any food web. Energy pyramid and trophic level. Each level in the food chain is called trophic level. A trophic level is the step at which organisms obtain its food in the chain. The amount of matter and energy gradually decreases from producer at lowest level to top consumer at the highest level. See in this figure, here is the all producer in the ecosystem like plants as a producer. In first trophic level, herbivorous. In second trophic level, carnivorous. In third trophic level, omnivorous. The energy pyramid. See figure 7.4 shows the energy transfer that take place at every trophic level. There are different level of energy exchange in food chain. The initial quantity of energy goes on decreasing at every level of the energy exchange. Similarly, the number of organisms also decreases from the lowest level to highest level. This pattern of the energy exchange in ecosystem is called pyramid of energy. See in this figure, pyramid of energy in an aquatic ecosystem. Phytoplanktons have 10,000 kilocalorie energy, which is transferred into another trophic level. In zooplanktons, 1000 kilocalorie. In fishes, only 100 kilocalorie. And in humans, only 10 kilocalorie. After the death of apex consumers, their energy becomes available to the decomposers. Fungi and other microorganisms decomposes the body of the dead animals. They are called decomposers. In the process of obtaining food from the remain of organisms, decomposers convert them into the simple carbon compounds. These substances easily mix with air, water and soil, from where they are again absorbed by the plants and incorporated into food chain. You can now see that due to food web formed by the various mode of nutrition, energy and various nutrients circulate continuously in the ecosystem. The sun is the most important source of energy in an ecosystem. Green plants of the ecosystem store some of the solar energy in form of food. Before reaching decomposers, this energy passes from one trophic level to the next. Decomposer dissipates some amount of energy in the form of heat. However, no part of energy ever returns to the sun. Hence, such passage of energy referred to as one-way transport.